Hey guys, I'm Nate and welcome back to episode 3 of Inform. In this episode, we're going to be talking about urine, cicadas, and bacteria. Let's get started. Researchers from the University of Bath have come up with a small little fuel cell which actually generates electricity from urine. The fuel cell is comprised of electric bacteria which converts organic matter into electricity. They're efficient, they're cheap, with each cell costing about $1 to $4 to actually manufacture, and they produce almost no waste, which is definitely better when compared to other energy utilization methods. Each one of these cells is about 1 inch squared, and 1 cubic meter of them can produce up to 2 watts. Although the output is not nearly as close as some other alternatives, they're super excited about the prospects of where this technology can develop. Hopefully they will be able to get these in third world countries which don't have access to electricity, and it also eliminates the buildup of waste. Scientists from the University of Tokyo have been able to develop a very, very thin artificial skin that can turn the back of your hand into a digital display. This electric skin, or e-skin is what they are also calling it, isn't necessarily new, but it is definitely the thinnest at 3 micrometers. The application of this technology is very simple. You simply just put the artificial skin on top of pre-existing skin that you want to have as your display. Not only is it super thin, but it is also super durable. You can actually do normal muscle movements and it not damage or tear. When compared to other e-skin technology, this one is brighter and does last longer, but when we're talking about lasting longer, it only actually lasts for about 7 days. So far, the LED screens or display on the back of the person's hand can only be used to show heart rate or also blood oxygen saturation levels. So what they're hoping to be able to use this for is for people in hospitals as well as athletes during training. This is actually a really cool idea about having a digital display on the back of your hand that you don't have to result in carrying a large, heavy, clunky device. Researchers are currently working on the displays to be able to show more information. Researchers from the University of Cambridge have discovered a new galaxy which is currently orbiting our own. The galaxy is called Crater 2 and is only about 400,000 light years away. Now, the reason why it hasn't been detected up until now is because in relation to the other galaxies around it, it is incredibly dim. The number of galaxies that we have identified as to be orbiting around our own has actually doubled in the last 10 years or so. Because of this, we currently think that there still is not a lot that we know about the galaxies around us, but we think that this galaxy could be a part of a smaller cluster of galaxies that is falling into the Milky Way. The scientists are currently using this new technique that they use to find this galaxy to see if there are any other dim galaxies orbiting our own. Jet dryers are currently in the firing line for their claim of being the fastest and most hygienic way to dry your hands. A study published in the Journal of Applied Microbiology assessed the effectiveness of paper towels, warm air dryers, and jet dryers. These 3 methods were assessed based on how far they threw bacteria and how much bacteria they threw away from the point of origin. So for this test, it's a little bit disgusting. Gloved participants put their hand in a solution of bacteriophages and they then proceeded to try one of the 3 methods. Jet dryers, in comparison to warm air dryers, propelled bacteriophages up to 60 times further, and in comparison to drying your hands with paper towels, jet dryers flung or propelled bacteriophages up to 1,300 times the distance. Now, this isn't something to be too terrified about, but jet dryers were determined to be able to fling bacteria up to 3 to 5 meters away from the jet dryer itself. Not only that, but the jet dryers propelled 20 times the amount of bacteria than that of warm air dryers, and 190 times the amount of bacteria when compared to paper towel drying. In conclusion, jet dryers propel more bacteria further. Just an idea when you're in an airport toilet. The weather is starting to warm up in different parts of America, and that means it is time for the 17-year-old cicada group known as Brood 5 to get their sex on. These cicadas spend a majority of their life just a few inches underground where they feed to build their stamina for this massive sex fest. But after about a month or 2 of sex, they die. When they die, the phenomenon starts again. The last time this actually occurred was in 1999. There are about 3 different species of cicadas which are a part of the Brood 5 group. Each of them have a 17-year-long life cycle. They're very identifiable. They are black with red eyes, translucent wings with orange veins on them. There are other species of cicada, but their lifespan is usually only about 13 years or so. Once they reach the surface, they can't have sex straight away. They need to dry out before they can fly around. But you know when they're ready because you'll hear hundreds and thousands of them crying for a mate. Alright guys, that's it for this episode of Informed. I hope you enjoyed the weird stuff that we've been talking about today. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any additional questions or want to know more, chuck your questions in the comment section or the articles will be in the description. And as usual, thanks for watching.